New details tonight in a boating crash that sent 10 people to the hospital. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carolyn Long.
And I'm Brad Stevens. That crash happened on Smithville Lake on Saturday. KCTV5 has been digging into the history of the driver cited in that wreck.
And tonight, Betsy Webster spoke to two parents who were on board when it happened. She joins us now live. Betsy, this sounds awful.
Yeah, both families are still shaken, but they are glad that everyone survived, and they're grateful for all the other boaters who came to their aid. Now, they didn't want to talk on camera tonight, but they shared some photographs and their thoughts on how everyone's holding up.
This is what's left of the boat Ryan Brendy was driving after the driver of another boat crashed into it Saturday afternoon. His wife, Heaven, was hurt the worst, still in the hospital. Their 3 boys, ages 2, 3, and 7, were treated and released. Joe Casanavoid was with his 4 daughters. That's 5-year-old Jordy and 3-year-old Jamie with 13-year-old JC. JC was at the back of the boat, he said, at the main point of impact and jumped off just in time. 8-year-old Josie has 9 staples in her head and is now dealing with constant headaches that keep her from sleeping through the night, he said. Joe covered his 2 youngest to keep the boat from hitting them. He now has 5 stitches in his back and a possible torn ligament. Lake community social media pages are filled with outrage at the driver of the bigger boat that hit them at this typically peaceful lake. 41-year-old Michael Britton was cited for careless and imprudent driving. We found Britton has a slew of convictions: traffic violations, excessive speeding, domestic battery, and burglary. We also found 5 prior DUI arrests, 4 in Missouri and 1 in Kansas. The first dates back to 2004. The last was in 2020. A Highway Patrol spokesperson told us that if alcohol was a factor, he would have been booked that day. He was not. It's unclear if a breathalyzer test was taken at the scene, although the spokesperson says that would not be standard procedure at a boat crash. The 2 families hit don't want to get into all that, but they want to thank all the fellow boaters, ordinary people who put them on their boats and got them quickly to a boat ramp where EMTs were waiting. They applauded the EMTs who got Heaven to the hospital quickly before things got worse for her.
And they're also appreciative of all of the kind words and donations that they've received on Facebook and GoFundMe. Both men met in school where they were training to be electrical linemen. They just graduated in May, and neither is far enough along in his career to qualify for job health insurance yet. Live in Smithville, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.